We have varied perspectives on games and movies. Games need active participation from the player, whereas movies merely require you to stay up and watch. Not every game can be turned into a nearly 2-hour film without sacrificing narrative, visual, or both. There are, however, certain exceptions to those norms. In today's video, we're taking a look at the best video game movie adaptations ever made. Number 10. Silent Hill. With its spooky, atmospheric environment and horrible monster design, the survival horror video game Silent Hill became a sensation shortly after its release on gaming consoles in 1999. The most terrifying aspect of the game and its tale is that the town in which it was based, Silent Hill, was entirely engulfed in fog, leaving us with no way of knowing what horrors lurked beyond this hidden scene. Following Radha Mitchell's character's hunt for her lost daughter in this mystery town following a car accident, the team behind the 2006 film of the same name masterfully replicated this atmosphere and vibe. In this film, the town takes on a life of its own, and the horrifying monster effects stayed true to the game, providing viewers with a genuine rendition. Number 9. Hitman. In this rendition of the popular video game Hitman, Timothy Olyphant plays Agent 47, a hitman. Set in Europe, it follows our cold-blooded assassin of a leading man as he becomes engaged in a political scheme involving unscrupulous individuals on all sides. When a mystery Russian woman enters the mix, the genetically designed killing machine is put to the test. On the plot level, Hitman tends to strive high but falls short, coming out as fairly bland and forgettable. It does, however, have some redeeming features in the shape of Timothy Olyphant as the starring role, as well as some fantastic action set pieces. Number 8. Need for Speed. Need for Speed, one of the world's most successful video game racing franchises, was adapted into a film in 2014 with Aaron Paul, a Breaking Bad veteran, headlining an all-star ensemble. In this film, Paul portrays an ex-con turned street racer who enters a high-stakes race in the hopes of exacting revenge on the guy who betrayed him. Aside from the generic narrative, Need for Speed was able to perfectly capture the atmosphere of the high-octane computer game, providing fans with some thrilling automobile chases. When you combine it with the film's engaging ensemble of characters, you have a crowd pleaser, even if the critics didn't adore it. Number 7. Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed seemed like the first time video game movies were thrust into the limelight. Others were derided as curiosities or only for a certain demographic, but Assassin's Creed aimed to put all of that to rest with a fascinating take on the Creed's endless war with the Templar Order. Assassin's Creed is a film with a lot of stars, including Michael Fassbender, Marion Cotillard, and Michael K. Williams. It lends the film credibility and is accompanied by an impressive-looking animus adventure set in the 15th century Spain and a parkour-heavy style that pays respect to the series without going overboard with fan service, as other films do. Some fans and moviegoers may have been disappointed, but give it another chance. It flies far higher than you may expect. Number 6. Warcraft. Since its announcement in the mid-2000s, Duncan Jones's Warcraft has taken the greater part of a decade to complete. While some may think the game's aesthetics are the only thing to enjoy, many fans appreciate the effort made to create a tale about the World of Warcraft roots. As proof, the film made more than $400 million worldwide. It's a 2-hour prologue, which some seasoned gamers may find excessively long for merely the opening. The characters are both impressionable and constant in their behavior. Warcraft is a gaming movie adaptation that has a lot of potential, even if we have to wait another decade for the next installment in the franchise. Number 5. Resident Evil. An amnesiac lady known only as Alice and a team of private commandos are forced to battle for their lives against hordes of the undead after a terrible virus forced the personnel of a secret subterranean experimental research facility to develop a sudden desire for human flesh. Audiences may have moaned when Resident Evil shuffled its way into theaters in 2002, but this zombie-riddled action horror showed a big leap forward in quality for video game adaptations, and it, along with its many sequels, would go on to take a massive bite out of the international box office. Number 4. Tomb Raider. In the rebooted Tomb Raider series, Lara Croft is transformed into Alicia Vikander in the rebooted Tomb Raider series, and she is sent to an uncharted island in the Pacific in quest of a famous Japanese empress's treasure. For anyone who enjoyed the 2013 relaunched game series, this will most likely be just as entertaining a film to see. For a series that has remained in the shadows of its predecessor, seeing the tables turn and displaying a more vulnerable side to the heroine while maintaining a pretty consistent narrative line is a breath of new air. Number 3. Mortal Kombat. Is there a recent film that has managed to stay loyal to the source material? Let's be honest, Mortal Kombat 2021 isn't quite as good as it might be, but it's close. The original film, released in 1995, and its subsequent failure, as well as the succeeding films, were all stepping stones to this current edition in the series. Fans desired that deaths be fashionable, and that all combatants be depicted as true representations of themselves rather than as battling figures on a battlefield. Of course, the Mortal Kombat series is known for its massive amounts of blood and violence, and the film does not disappoint. There is plenty of food for everyone. To top it off, there is a combat sequence between Sub-Zero and Scorpion in which the former freezes the latter's blood and turns it into an ice sword. What more could one possibly want from an MK film? With a simultaneous premiere on HBO Max, the result managed to pull in $83.6 million in revenue globally during the COVID-19 epidemic. Number 2. Sonic the Hedgehog. The early indicators for the upcoming Sonic the Hedgehog film were not promising. Initial ideas for the Blue Blur elicited such negative feedback from fans that the filmmakers went back to the digital drawing board. When the film was ultimately released this year, Ben Schwartz's exuberant voiceover work and Jim Carrey's hamming it up as Dr. Robotnik won over moviegoers. Sonic and a Montana sheriff struggle to avoid Robotnik and find Sonic's legendary rings in this film. Sequels are already in the works. Number 1. Pokémon. Following its first video game release in 1996, the global sensation of Pokémon has been translated into many types of media. But it wasn't until 2019 that we saw a big-budget film adaptation starring famous actor Ryan Reynolds as the franchise's adored face, Pikachu. Our protagonist, Detective Pikachu, assists a young kid in locating his father while battling other Pokémon along the way. The film was well received by its audience, and it had all of the elements that fans have grown to love about Pokémon, from the adorable characters to the accurate recreations of battles. The film's premise was pretty intriguing, and Ryan Reynolds' trademark flair was great for bringing Pikachu to life. So, which one of these is your favorite? Do let us know in the comment section below. Thank you for watching this video, and if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and share it with your buddies.